What is leasing exactly? Well, when a company wants to acquire equipment or capital goods to use in its business, it basically has three ways to finance it. The first way is to use its hard-earned cash and go and buy the equipment, so it'll own it and use it in its business. The second way is to go to the bank and to get a bank loan and buy the equipment. There again, it will own it and use it. The third way is to enter an arrangement where somebody else buys the equipment and owns it, but the company can use it in return for a regular rental. This third way is called leasing, or sometimes it's called asset finance. Now, I'm not talking here about hiring a cement mixer for the weekend from your local hire shop. I'm talking about agreements that are at least 1 year long and most commonly 3 to 5 years. Now, leasing isn't as widespread as buying equipment for cash or buying it using bank loans, but it's still a very important part of the market and accounts for some 30% of all the equipment that's financed in the UK. What sort of equipment can be leased? Well, I should tell you that 25% of all leased equipment in the UK is passenger cars. By that I mean company cars and car fleets. The second most popular form of leasing is for trucks, commercial vehicles and vans. Then we've got construction equipment, diggers, forklift trucks, and I think you're getting the idea by now that leasing is very popular for any equipment that's got wheels. Office equipment is another important category of equipment that is leased. We're talking here about computers, servers, printers, and then there are photocopiers, office desks, CCTV cameras, and this comes up to about 15% of the whole market. Then there's production equipment, factory machinery, injection molding equipment, printing machinery, or waste recycling equipment. And there are specialist areas like medical equipment used by the NHS and private hospitals. We're talking here about diagnostic analyzers, or sometimes even whole-body MRI scanners. Finally, there is a rather exotic category of equipment called big ticket. We're talking here about leasing jumbo jets, railway locomotives, oil tankers, even whole infrastructure projects. These categories of equipment, vehicles, office equipment, production equipment and big ticket, account for most of the leasing that goes on in the UK. However, the leasing industry does have a reputation for being ingenious, and all sorts of things can get leased, from the paint on the wall of a hotel, even to professional footballers. Why don't you ask your manager what the most unusual thing is that your company has leased?